Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here and subscribing. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's just brighten up the place and get into this conversation. And this is pretty dark, but to be honest with you guys, as the days go by and more information comes out about Ernesto and Shirley, it's already curtains for him, but I'm saying it's really not looking good for her. And I know that there have been a number of people, even in my comment section, that have stated that they're really praying for her and they're in hopes of her getting it together, getting her life together and moving on. I get it. But what I can't stand for, and I don't think that the radio station that she is employed by, the company altogether, not even just the radio station, because it's several stations that they have access to, right? That the show is broadcast on, the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I don't know if they will continue to stand by her, even though she came out and did this public apology known as her own personal strawberry letter. I just don't think that's going to cut it based on the allegations. Now, if you have not listened to the video yet by chroniclespeaks, who is an amazing investigative reporter, I'm just going to say it just like that. I will put a link to her video in the description box. But listen, guys, I am disgusted by all of this, and just to see that this disturbed, disgusting cretin of a man has been able to do all of the things that he has allegedly done over the years and all of the things that he has been charged with, that he is currently being held for, and probably will never see the light of day again unless they're transporting him from the jail to whatever prison facility that he's going to have to spend the rest of his life in. I'm just in shock with all of this. Listen, I listened to the chroniclespeaks video, and it was a lot of information that she shared with us, guys, a lot. But I want to talk about this because I saw what chroniclespeaks was referencing when she played the clip of Shirley speaking to Ernest on the phone while he was in jail, speaking about how she just can't stand seeing people seeing all of these terrible things about him. And I talked about that. I played that. I gave my reaction to that jail call. And she was just saying how it just gets her upset when she sees them saying all of these horrible things about him. But she didn't think to check into these things. I'm saying it's not that people do not make up stories and lies. We definitely understand that. But most of the people who get stories and lies made up about them are not to the extent of what he is being accused of. Because let's face it, who is he? Who is he to frame, like she was saying? Who is he to throw all of these trumped up charges on? He's not some civil rights activist or leader out here doing things in the community to affect change that is going to profit the African American community and level them up and help them to be in a better position politically, spiritually, financially, emotionally. None of that. He was there grifting off of people who he and his partner, Erica, were getting access to swindle them out of money, telling them that they could help them to level up their brands and their social media presence and their business ventures and all these other things that they really could not do. But listen, guys, chroniclespeaks has some screenshots of the messages, the posts, the responses on her, meaning Shirley's Instagram, about Ernest. And I'm going to read a couple of them because she had deactivated it, so you could not see those comments. One person wrote in all capital letters, he slept with his own daughter. That's disgusting. Sick. PEDO. BS. And to know that this woman was married to this man, and she was just acting so naive as if she didn't know anything about him, and then just all of a sudden, all of these things are being said about him, all of these things are being charged against him, and you're just finding out this stuff? The commenter continues, do you know he was running around telling people she was dead? LMFAO. I need that man to rot in hell. His ugly A wife can take the trip with him. So for somebody to make that comment, to me, it sounds like they're speaking about someone that was being, shall we say, oblivious to the situation, or maybe even possibly enabling him because she somehow knew the man that she married. The person continues in a separate comment and says, LMAO, I literally saw the text messages. He said that bleep. Wow. So this person is saying that he admitted to doing the disgusting do with his own daughter. My God. Someone else comments and says, at my girl Shirley, what about your husband? Why he, you know what, with his kids? I guess women will do anything to keep a man or have a husband, even if they sleep with their children. Sick bleep. Oh my God. I know that there were allegations definitely about him being a pedo. And there are allegations about him possibly doing some things to Shirley's own daughter that she infamously stated that she has to see as her own enemy now and as a hater. And possibly him doing some things with Shirley's grandchild or grandchildren. It would not be a far stretch to believe that that is actually something that happened when the allegations now are also that he did these things to his own children, his own flesh and blood. It's already horrible to just do it, period, to anyone's children, whether you knew them or not. That's just disgusting. It's definitely horrible to do these things to a stepchild and step grandchildren, which is what Shirley's daughter and grandchild or grandchildren would have been to him. But doing these things also to his own children, his own daughter, and like chroniclespeaks said, it is alleged that it wasn't only a daughter, but it was also a son too that he possibly did some things to. And oh my God, just absolutely disgusting. And I honestly don't even have words. I'm really at a loss for words as I sit here and speak to you all right now about this. It is extremely disturbing and very, very sad. I just don't know how Shirley sleeps at night, but this nigga sitting on the phone with his girlfriend while he's behind bars, sitting there talking about just nothing, honestly, when he knows what he has done. To see the little video clips of him just rolling around in the SUV that he was driving at the time, the video clip of him and Shirley sitting at dinner and she's putting food on his table, serving him while they're at the restaurant dinner table. Like, she definitely was gone for that nigga. And I am disgusted to see these messages. I don't believe that this is something that somebody would just make up. Why would someone say something like this? The person put it in all caps. He slept with his own daughter. I'm just so floored and disgusted. And this person said, I literally saw the text messages. He said that bleep. He's definitely not a man. He is an animal. He deserves to be caged for the rest of his life. Who knows how much longer that will be. But I'm just totally sickened by this. And I will say that I don't know how much longer Shirley's contract is with the Steve Harvey Morning Show. But listen, I don't see it getting renewed. I don't know if they will terminate her before the contract ends. But this is definitely not something that is dying down at all. And I don't see this boding well for her moving forward in the future. I know she may have felt like a weight was lifted off of her after doing that public apology to Steve and to his wife because of their own personal hell, like she said, that they're going through at this point in time. But this is a lot. This really is huge. I think they could have gotten over her just sitting there. And even though I don't think that she said anything wrong when it came to Steve and Marjorie, it was just more embarrassing. I understand that it got out for everyone else to hear the conversation that she was having with him, albeit not private, because again, you know, if you're having conversations with anyone on a jail call, it's being recorded. So somebody's listening to it, even if the whole but even if the entire internet didn't get access to it, somebody was listening to it. So she was comfortable with somebody hearing it, right? She could have just wrote him letters that he was only able to read, discussing that if she didn't want anyone else to eventually hear it or know about what was said. But yet and still, even if she did not acknowledge this stuff or she didn't read these comments and see them, she saw something. She saw something for her to turn those comments off. And if she saw this and she just turned the comments off and then she's having a conversation with him, say, I can't stand to see that they're saying all of these horrible things about you. What if the horrible things are true? Like, why would somebody make that up about him? Like, who is he for them to make this stuff up? So like the person said in the comment section, it does sound like this woman, Shirley, would have done anything to keep a man and have a husband, even if they're accused of doing the do with their own children. This is some sick stuff. Oh my God, I don't even have words for it, honestly. I'm just saying the only things that can come to my mind at this point in time, but it makes me angry. It sickens me. It's so disgusting. And he doesn't deserve to be let out at all. I say put him in the SPCA in a kennel with a Rottweiler or something without the muzzle on them and just let them go to town, because he doesn't even deserve to, like he was telling the girlfriend, be eating good, because he told the girlfriend that he's in a good jail where they're feeding him well. You know, he doesn't deserve that. He's disgusting. Again, all of these things are allegations, but I'm saying I believe the allegations. I know I'm not the court of law. I know that I am not the prosecuting attorney or attorneys, so my opinion really doesn't matter. But they've got enough charges and things racked up against him to keep him held at this point in time where he still has not gotten any bond, right? So I'm saying in my personal opinion that I believe the stuff that's being alleged about him, and I believe the charges that have been placed against him. And nobody can tell me any different. It's just gross. But yeah, when I was listening to Chronicles Speaks commentary about the situation, I said, let me check out these comments. And I read them, I zoomed in on them, and lo and behold, it said those things. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me right now. So yeah, guys, it really isn't looking, it's already horrible for him, but it's, in my personal opinion, not looking good for Shirley either, because I don't know how much longer they would be willing to stand by her and keep her as a part of that show. knowing these egregious things that her husband has been charged with, and allegedly she knew about some of these things and was just pretty much enabling him by allowing herself to be dragged down with all of the stuff that he's going through. So guys, let me know your thoughts about it. Definitely check out the full video if you have not done so. I have a link to it in the description box. Thank you guys so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.